we come from? And where are we going?
Alright, it is mic working. Okay, I think it is. The overlay is picking it up. Cool, cool. Alright, let's chill here for a minute to wait for people to join in. Yo, Rush, howdy. Perfect timing? Just get off work, or? Oh, huh. Yeah, I was wondering why I was at fucking Dragon Spine. What were you doing there? Oh, see if I had any gates left. I think I got most of them. I don't know if I got all of them. Yeah, I think I got all of them when I was playing. Yeah. Alright, anyways, let's get this started.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing. Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at all. In that case, I'll go order for us first. Ooh, everything looks so good. Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, and if it, well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per. Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also. Oh, true. Very true. Huh? Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind. Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that. If it hadn't happened right in front of us. Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion. Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that it's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in think, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. It's all right. Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans? That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her. I see. So, I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. Yeah. We've heard that she's super. Well, would you consider. Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Could you suggest something a little more practical?
This sounds like something Rush would be more than down to do.
You'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard. All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleeping. That might work, but that's not real. Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just. All right, no more. You did defeat her in court. clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusation? You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Why don't we give it a try after this meal? Huh? Paimon? Was... Sorry about that. No, it's fine. Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. Is that so? If we're all finished eating, then I'll... Yeah, we're... Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground? Okay. Hey, Navia! What are you... Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosu... Let's get ready to... So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always... in any case, I wish you smooth... See ya!
Oh god, that's far. Yeah. Gotta teleport.
Merciless. There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat... Looks like we're back here again.
Oh yeah, there was that talking fountain last time.
Huh?
So
Traveler? Hey, why are you still walking towards it? Huh? Hang on. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Shinid.
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide. Never. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land? Yes, that is what I was once. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember. I also remember going to many places. No matter where I went, Vache would go. But now, we can know. No! Our reunion, the thought of me gives him no succor. So if you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Is that what you call it? It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless... I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long. I think I hear your companion. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were...
Oh yeah, I remember this part.
Look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
There she is.
Quick, now's our chance!
Cinema.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorand. But before I do so, could you explain?
I followed you. It seemed to me that
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do
not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
Sorry,
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to—
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Huh. I'm sure they've known about me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought—
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not— I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy
What? Your point being that they're out of—
Yes.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth. Regardless,
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've—
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere.
I know, she's—
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done. Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were on— Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got like—
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal as such. We're still part—
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in—
Well, to be honest, you're the—
Huh? Really?
Yes, all thanks to you. After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had all—
So the Fanta had been spiked with—
Yes. So, if you—
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of all.
Huh? Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
But why would they go after us too?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were Speaking of which, did anything
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just— Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too! But it was real faint. Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing to—
New intel?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. Since he saw that young woman but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial— Yes, thank you. This is very important Oh, you mean you'll—
Well, you did say that our farewell— And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us—
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di...
You talk too much. Well, in that, we also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our—
Don't worry, you two. With us around—
Alright. To the stronghold then. Another 800 meters away. Ah. Over here.
It's right up ahead, but—
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone
very good.
I shall find rooms for...
Thank you, Malus. Now.
Alright, here we are.
So, this is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the presence of...
Well, after all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact,
Seems like it's tough times for everyone.
to be honest, our financial situation was...
Your father.
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to...
No, I'll explain it myself. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Oh no.
But I do
Let me
not
guess,
believe my
he
father
fought
was murdered.
Clorid?
I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial, but strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel. 3 years. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating...
So that's why you're...
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But, however, I believe that if the murder... I must know what really happened. Was my father... If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death.
Demoiselle, please.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet even our supporters decreased greatly due to that.
Wait! If Callus was such a good man...
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf.
But how could... never mind.
There is one other thing. Master
Yeah,
Callus's
figures.
opponent...
Oh! Her? Well, then, yeah. That's not the...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the art. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly. There was only ever one choice.
It's not that I don't understand.
Don't worry, Navia.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus Yes, that is our...
Oh, Papa. What madness drove... All right. Anyway, that's the...
It was
information I
good. It
wanted
was
to
pretty
share.
good.
Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it was actually like a couple of big pieces, and I could grab as much as I wanted, so... Yeah, pretty good dinner, all things considered.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite...
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure...
Paimon slept, huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There...
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just... But never mind that.
No, I just returned after going out for a while.
Wait! So...
How could I?
guess...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder and invest...
Does that...
No. And that is the archives.
Yeah.
On all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanid you met is one of...
So Nervalette maintains an archive of case... In that case, let's go tell... Aren't...
No, it's...
Oh. Okay. Guess we're tracking him down.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here.
The Chief Justice. Huh. This place does look pretty. Hey, don't you recognize us? Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who. See? They've got great Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you to a... No. What I meant to say is... Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steam. We're here today to report and archive some information on a father. Of course. Don't worry. All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice. Thanks.
Okay.
Please come in.
Huh.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may...
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him...
I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler? Is that so? All right.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a true...
And what? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case. In your eyes, the value of a human life if you truly regret my father's death. Then why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Just everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a... It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express any... Oh well. In any case, my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Damn.
Navia,
I'm fine.
you're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went...
Now that I think of it, on the day...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been... Yeah! And if that's what had happened...
I really think I found a true All right, let's go to Poisson. With the...
Yeah! We're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do... Great.
Alright, let's go. Poisson. The only thing I think of when I see Poisson is the Poisson variable. Probability and statistics brain rot.
What a huge ship!
Also, hi Arcane. How you doing?
Be anchored at a place like
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosu. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery.
What do you mean, okay, bro? Like, that's literally the first thing, like, anyone in my field would think of.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would but now that Paimon has seen this ship for her.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosu.
Like, as fate would have it, my current research actually involves the use of Poisson as well. Or a Poisson distribution, at the very least.
We're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important. You said before that you still had some business.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something you still remember, right, Malus?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers. Recognizing that,
Fair.
my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun.
How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious. But looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was some...
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now.
But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra You're right. We still don't know what happened.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful. I think this third person. On that note, however, even though our opponent is insidious and cruel, they are extremely difficult to... Even though Spina di Rosula has lost most of its former glory, there is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death? And I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner...
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between... But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. And the serial disappearances case, 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victim.
Right. So nobody would...
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look...
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the
So he chose to die?
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you... I'm sure he...
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Huh. Malus, what was the key evidence that...
It's the location where Synth is... When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the... But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious... There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case...
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case.
Huh. That's true. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other...
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this.
I am the butler, after all. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to when I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few... If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, after several rounds of testing and investigative training... The first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the... Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, there's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. But in the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods.
So, they're like a...
Yes, you can say that. When we were... It's a bit difficult...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between... Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still... Since Thierry is always in the know about our current...
I see. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against...
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution.
Of course.
You're too kind, my lady. And before I forget, proving Bosses... After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the spin. If it might help, you could also...
Aw, thank you so much!
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to
Alright, well, here we go.
It is settled then. If we...
Thank you for arranging everything.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh,
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
You don't understand.
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know. I know. Only the full truth could bring.
I'm sorry. I appreciate on the matter regarding my husband.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless he had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family so when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he tried to be as careful as he could, but even
They found out.
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that.
before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely.
But Mama, why is Papa always wanted to be a good...
Well,
Yeah, Papa...
then you should hold on to that. If a good, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think that's the...
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic?
It also reminded me, on the day after my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to
Let me think. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life would... But when I got there, it was already too late.
So you also remembered...
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a...
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have the gun he was holding? Probably...
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're... But hold on. If that... He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead... Did he lose all faith in the courts?
About that, I'll tell you everything.
I understand. And if I may just say one more thing. Many people have laughed at me for still calling it, but it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise no matter what others might say.
Don't worry. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Oh fuck. Claire, you distracted me. Thank God I didn't jump off that far. Oh, it's hella far. Okay. Yeah. Alright. There we go.
Hey, Thierry! It's me!
Oh, now, what brings...
Oh, so you've...
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way...
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
I mean, Where I work is really up to me. Callus did a fantastic job running the town. Building Spina D, it would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly Anyway.
Yes. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny...
Ah, I get it. You think there might be... If you want to go through the original file...
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely...
Well, you see, just so... if you, hypothetically...
Then, if I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to... If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might, so I can promise you, they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Jokes aside, I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find...
Okay. Alright, where is this dude? Okay, down there. Not too far away.
Merciless. Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please... Sure. I will let him...
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as...
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Mark. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about...
Yes, I've...
Oh, you...
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. I also witnessed your marvelous... To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become...
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nature.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that...
Yes, I was reminded of your...
Exactly. I still...
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an... If not for the vigilance of my partner...
Oh, you're giving us...
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. But rest assured, Navia. Plus, if anyone dares to lay their hands on you there...
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts on my...
About that. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet. So I was out and about the whole time making... Then I heard the sound of a gunshot. And the rest was history.
Just one?
Oh,
not
it's
two?
Okay. No need to put...
Sounds good. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support.
Okay. Something about that last guy is a little bit odd.
We've talked to all three suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. Anyway, even though we didn't make...
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only...
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no... If I had to guess, he probably...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn... Makes sense. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex, it's obvious that our enemy has become more...
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this...
Given everything that's happened since... But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamek. Still really hard for me to Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to... Florent? But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he shouldn't have much...
So you're saying he's too...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think... Thierry, you say? But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also...
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the If the mecha were taken from the guard...
Who could it be? You know, if you think everything through...
Yeah.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't...
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. Malus did say that charging... We need far more solid proof.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been...
Huh? Aren't you the guy?
Yeah. News came from Erenie.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trial?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Huh? Child?
What? Is...
Yep.
Yeah, we know him.
Well, he's been accused of being...
Wait, how?
That's what I thought was strange about it. So if the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned
Right. Because they'll think they've already found...
Yeah. And it'll...
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be... You're right. This is our best opportunity. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver.
We heard that you'll be leaving Poissy. It's our hope that you're...
Thank you so much.
See you then.
Alright.
Now that Navia has set out for Erenies, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the
I gotta
production
dive.
base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance. Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production. Ah, you're right. Navia's probably
It would appear that I must repeat my quest. Do you accept the charge that you are the...
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even... However, I did hear that people who have been... In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I've got to admit, that's one of the most... When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand?
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon once... Then why don't you duel me too?
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning.
That case had nothing to do with... Huh? What? Why she?
I told you it couldn't.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceeding, but that was an exception rather than standard court protocol.
Oh, please. Did you... we can put the discussion aside for now. I'm not... And if my charges prove true...
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear mine. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia.
That person... Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere!
Huh? What confrérie?
I've heard of them, but...
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone isn't it, and if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances...
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Members of the guards, please... Mr. Marcel, you will not require...
Apologies, sir. I think an attorney won't be necessary.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived...
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating what really happened...
Navia, come on. Why would I do that? Callus, if that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't...
I think there's no point in getting into... Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula, during the banquet, all attending guests, when the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while the guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Claret. These are the known facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first. After that, the true culprit turned the third person. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the ability... A pile of clothing, but now it is clear that since it was raining that day... The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques, however, unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit... This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the...
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, You're telling me something as dangerous as water?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said.
Then, may I ask some questions? One, do
I'm afraid. I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went, we should be able to. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons.
that makes sense to me. Monsieur...
Why do I think...
Maybe she's scared of
Alternatively, she's become more...
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. Then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved.
I've thought about this too. And the answer is actually the dissolving power of water from the primordial. My father could have exposed it for all. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation. What was certain, however, was that it.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had all...
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter, but what good would that do? How had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of... But by staying silent, we retained the... I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as... And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will...
So, you mean to...
That's right.
Do you have any...
Of course. All you need is to... I don't need your apology, your guilt, but since he entrusted it...
So, during...
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is... I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended...
Since that's your testimony, I have no more...
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link...
Right? What she said was fascinating.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the series?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because the culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were... Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive...
No need to appeal to...
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you... On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control...
Know what she...
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of some... Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being... Do you know what the biggest flaw in your...
I suppose you're gonna tell me...
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business... But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize,
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you... You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left... Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the
Seems like she got the... At this rate, Navia will be...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting, but aren't you going against all of his wish? He wished for you to become more rational, once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things.
This isn't just about me. And the biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their... Many people's images are flashing before... And whose is it a man? Oh, so you...
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've...
I was waiting for...
Oh, I can change my party here. Nice. But that won't be necessary. Nice.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
There's a chest.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, what's supposed to happen here? Look. Is there something I'm supposed to press? Oh.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Okay, nothing there.
Hold the line. No, my sword. Extinguished.
Okay.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Cool.
After all, though, as expected, the mastermind. That's right. The What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why. But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! No, that's not it either! If that's the case, in any case... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the... Mixing in progress. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's... Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. Paimon will take notes on this. Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to... Yep, this should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he can act whenever he wants to make our lives... I concur. Let's send someone... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Huh.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but... Huh?
Oh, there.
You mean the girls from... And all the boxes of things. These names... We've looked at almost everything here and it... Yeah! We haven't found anything that... No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find it that way. Even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able... Sure thing.
What it could be. None of the 5 things I originally looked at has. Oh.
You take that side and Paimon will... Ugh. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you... Aw. It's just a normal diary. So many. Oh, the final name she... Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case...
Interesting.
And whose image do you... Is it a man named Vache? Oh. So
I've merely...
I was waiting.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of...
Just how often do you intend to...
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence... But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair, and after your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you even created Marcel as a new identity!
So that's it. And with that, this information regarding your past... well, Marcel...
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, so you never noticed how we...
You also never understood, Bob.
For our determination to see...
Your determination...
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
Do you pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, they said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So, well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate op, Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, but I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't.
Is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Do you all see? I did all of that. And in the end, I spent my entire life living on pins and needles.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress.
Don't touch me! Vinier, please, Vinier!
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr.
Fine by me. I want...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guard. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache. Learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women. To cover his tracks, he invented the new... During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research, after exchanging blows with Spina de Rasula for many years, although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was... And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the Oratrice will now deliver the final... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vache, guilty.
Is that holy lightning in chat?
Guards! Take Vache away.
Get him out of here.
With
bad. This...
We really just witnessed history.
He's hurt so many innocent people. Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were
The day our late boss had always hoped for.
Yeah. See,
Well, now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been
The line.
justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now?
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you all...
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been...
Get this smart fucker out of here, too.
All right, but this sure is a lot of...
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charge. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique.
And the Oratrice disagrees.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty
Guilty as hell.
shouldn't affect the verdict in
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. Guards, please take this...
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court. All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
I don't know what happened. What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not?
My dearest citizens, don't tell me. You thought even...
But the way she looked just now...
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an and. Of course, for every performance, there is a script. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond all shall be revealed in time. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things...
So she chose to...
So you're saying we should...
She probably just put on that performance to save. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity.
All right. Even though we feel, after all, he's.
Yeah. Okay.
Merciless.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting arrest!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how? The Fountain of Lucine? Then... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the...
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile?
Paimon agreed.
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that...
Thank you.
What? Involved in the quest, the long-failed graph adversarial technology? The fuck is that? This thing? Bruh. There's no, like, focus mode or anything that, like, helps me skip that? Oh, man. Hopefully it's quick. Wait, what do you mean? Like, what do I press?
All fit.
Like, is there a button here that I'm missing? Unless you mean, like, here? No, that's not the case. Yeah, I don't see an option here. Maybe it's only a thing for, like, not mine and onwards. Yeah, that's what I think. Oh, let's hope it's a quick one then. Which one is it? Is this thing? Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Now that's it. Wonder why that had anything to do with the fountain as well. Like they were on the opposite ends of the map.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking.
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Maybe.
It's me.
Vache?
I'm here.
Hey, wait!
Vignere, is that you? It's me, Vache.
Vache? Why did you...
It's been more than 20 all this time. Only the thought of... I must be dreaming. Vignere, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could...
But Vache, if you ask me, if not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to... If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. It's all because of yours.
You... Wait, you want...
You're right. I am not every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade. I'm Azine. The only one I am not.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness! But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? You are a liar. The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had no...
No!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real V. But on top of that, she also said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you. Vache. Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Huh.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner.
Even this weather can't put a damp...
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always...
Sounds like you're really...
It's just been one thing after the other. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never... This time, though, everyone in Poisson...
So his name's...
That's good.
Dearest...
That blasted stubborn fool. Oh, by the way, well, maybe it'd be more
Huh? So you know...
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of this... I believe the story was called... To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feat. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive...
Oh, yeah. She told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence...
Now...
Oh, and in other news...
Oh, are you...
While you were investigating Vache's, it was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, now that the case is final... Oh, Actually,
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that, just...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me.
And in that case, everyone, let's...
Yeah, you're right. Huh. This is where...
Huh? There's someone...
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navi?
My apologies. I should have asked.
Don't say
Sorry about that.
Oh, I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize.
In that case, I will...
You really could... In any case.
Well, there was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important. But Mr. Callis proved me, if not for his sacrifice. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and in the end, from a certain justice that's higher than... So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you. So, you're actually one of those types that...
Sorry about that.
Didn't I just say...
Ah, so Navi... Let's not disturb them for... Paimon's never paid respects at someone... Huh? Oh no. Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not...
Oh, it's you two.
We ran into Navi...
I see. Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would...
So, at court, the bad guys were...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that there used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
Huh. So it really...
But today, the primordial sea what Vache discovered must have been some kind of special...
Huh. So that's how it is.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some... Is there anything else? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved. Does that appropriately sum...
That's right!
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point... Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words...
A prophecy? Of the...
Two parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea level... Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum.
But with Farina being the...
Is there anything else? My apologies. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not...
But...
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice, not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, which is all to say I have been prepared for...
Huh. So when Lenny told us that...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that... In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going... While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, For now, if we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not...
If you ask Paimon, the only
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about? Your sibling, if he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws. Is there anything else? Very well. It was my honor to provide you with... It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquil...
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neverland.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must...
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
He is the Hydro Dragon.
We've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest?
Alright. That is Act 2 done. Oh. How long did it take us? Like an hour and a half? Not too bad. So we didn't need the camera after all. I wonder why that was locked for, like, absolutely no reason. That's kind of strange. Alright. Well, that about takes care of that. Oh, yeah, achievement. Nothing else, right? Yeah, nothing else. Cool. Alright, so we'll continue on with the next act another time. We'll see when that is. For now, let us switch gears. To Alright. So you gotta pick up some food? Gotcha. First of all, I gotta check out something that I wanted to take a look at. Perfect. It does get that. Oops. It gets that move as well. Okay. This is going to be very nefarious. The set I am about to give this thing. Okay. You could call this a thought experiment. But if it works, I will be thoroughly impressed. This might be the dumbest looking Espeon set that I've ever created. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it this way, I'm just gonna import my Sword and Shield Espeon. That will be quicker. Even though it's not in a fancy ball, it'll be a little bit easier to do this. Let me just make sure I give it the moves that I can before I transfer it in. Okay. Baton Pass. Then I want Substitute. Trailblaze was not a move in Gen 8, so I'll need to teach that regardless. Where is the thing? Oh yeah, TMs. Is Substitute like a normal TM or is it a TR? Okay, I'm thinking it's a TR. Sub. There it is. I did also think about using Psych Up, but I feel like boosting moves aren't quite as common. The other thing I needed to do was reset your EVs. Which, if I can give it HP, that would be nice, but I don't think I'll do that. Yes, it will incur a bit of a fee, but it's not going to be the most expensive thing, so I think leaving it this way is fine. Alright. Can't go to champions, I gotta go to... Yeah. It's like the other thing that I wanted to take care of real quick. I don't think it's in this game. Grab it from Okay. I am also quickly running out of box space. I'll need to think about that. I'll grab the Gengar from here. I mean, it will cost a little bit more just because I think the Gengar that I have in here is not Timid Nature. No, it's not. It's also in a Repeat Ball, which is not great. I guess if I can change the moves, it's not the most expensive. Yeah, fine. I need to throw it into Sword and Shield so that I can teach the moves I wanted to know. Change moves. I want Hex. I want Hypnosis. Yep. The last move I want Sub. Honestly, I feel like this moveset is okay. And I'll just teach it substitute in Champions. Let's send them. Cool. News. What mission is it? What the? Dailies reset? Got the feet. Oh, weird. Okay. Recruit. Boom. Okay. I gotta go train these two in the way that I want. We're almost at box capacity, so we're gonna need to do something about that. Anyway. Need this. I need Trailblaze. Also need this slower. Newly maxed out. How expensive is this? 500? Yeah, I won't bother changing it for now. This has got to be the stupidest set I've ever run on any Pokemon period, but we'll make it work. Okay, let's do it like this, and then let's give you Substitute. Yeah, there's only a Curse Body, so do this. So I'm surprised this nature shows up as timid. I guess the effective mints still persist when they transfer over to this game. That's good. Oh, I can only use 3 teams without a membership? Okay. That's a shame. Okay, let's see if we can edit this one. I'm gonna register you. Register you. Register you. And peep this. I'm going to give this Bright Powder. You obviously are getting Blastozyte. You're getting Gengarite, but I'm gonna need to buy that. Aside from this, let me think. What do I lose to with this comp? Because I don't care about hazards, I don't care about phasing. What do I care about? I gotta check the meta once again. And let me buy the Gengarite while I'm at it. Okay, so Tom I can beat with some RNG. Or if I just use Blastoise, that's okay. Zard I can handle with Blastoise. Marina I can handle with Gengar. Hippowdon I can handle with either, but probably with Blastoise is a little easier. Corviknight I can handle. Archaludon, yeah, I would say I can handle. Kingambit is a bit of a problem. Yeah. So is Mimikyu, honestly. Mega Gengar I can handle. Hydreigon is not a problem. Yastrada is also mostly not a problem. Aegislash, not a problem. Lopunny, not a problem. Rotom, this would be a problem if I don't have Dark Pulse. But it's not a problem if I have Mega Gengar, I feel. This is not a problem, this is not a problem. This is probably not a problem. That is probably not a problem. Okay, yeah, I should have pretty favorable matchups into almost everything. Guess like Mega Gyarados would be a bit annoying, and so would Greninja. Maybe I give Blastoise Aura Sphere instead of Dark Pulse, while accepting the fact that if I do run into well, actually, it's not like Dark Pulse greatly improves the matchup necessarily. It's just the things that like it's just the water types, right? Mostly that Dark Pulse is really useful for. Yeah, against everything else, like, I would rather have Aura Sphere. Yeah. It's just that Aura Sphere does not have, like, a secondary effect, so it isn't really used as much. But I feel like this is fine. So, I think I'll change Mega Blastoise to having Aura Sphere as his third attack. Hi Martini, what's good? I guess other than that, it's like... Okay, Basque Legion we're gonna need to find some answer for. Sneasler... I feel like we can handle Sneasler. Yeah, if I can put it to sleep or something, then that should be okay. Tyranitar can get a little bit annoying, but that's also part of why I want to slot on Aura Sphere. Dragapult should be fine, Rotom's fine, Kangaskhan's fine, Lucario should be fine. Volcarona, yeah, that's okay. Mizumo, that's okay. Starmie, that's okay. Yeah, I guess I would lose in a 1v1 against Starmie if I get rid of Aura Sphere, but I'll just bring Gengar. Like, it's fine. Goet is fine. Okay, okay. So, let me think about this. Like, what else do I want on this team? Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, now you should be set to go to Septimon. I guess I might still want some hazard support. And really, the only way I can do that is with Rhyperior. Unless I bring like a different mon in, but... Yeah, Septimon is the next area. Yeah, I feel like... Ideally, like, let's say I bring Gengar, that probably means I don't bring Blastoise. Which, actually, speaking of Blastoise, let me change that right now. There we go. Oh. So they can, in theory, never get hazards up. But I'll want my own hazards. Or have pressure of it, at least. Do I go on Rhyperior? Yeah, let's throw Rhyperior on. And give you... I feel like Rindoberry has been working out pretty well for you. I could keep Sam as a Sasher. A Sash Revenge Killer, basically. Which has been working out pretty well, especially with this team, since I don't pivot out as much. You want to use Kangaskhan with Return? I'm pretty sure Return is not in this game. It just got removed from the attack decks in Gen 8, I want to say. So I don't think it's in the game. Which is annoying, because there's a lot of, like, normal type megas, or not even just normal types, like a lot of megas in general that want to use Return. Like Mega Pinsir, Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Lopunny, Mega Salamence when it gets in here, so on and so forth. But yeah, they lost Return, so either they're forced to run Double Edge, which incurs recoil in spite of it being stronger, or like something like Body Slam, which like Body Slam is fine with Mega Kinga, especially because it has a 30% chance to paralyze and you hit it twice. So cumulatively you have like a 51% chance of paralysis with Body Slam, which is not bad. But like the other unfortunate part about that is they nerfed paralysis in this game. Like it used to be, I think, like 1/4 chance to like not move, but they nerfed it to 1/8. So paralysis isn't gonna do too much from that aspect. Like sure, it will make you faster than your opponent, but like I wouldn't count on it to like win you games like getting like para hacks, you know what I'm saying? I do want some kind of revenge killer. I guess that's where you come in. EV Sash. And then as for the last, I'm lacking a physical sweeper. So I think I'll put in... I kinda don't want to put in D-Knight. Do I want to put in Lucario? And nah, not really. I feel like this thing might be better with Roost. And... could go with Mimikyu instead, but I feel like the threat of it isn't as immediate. Plus the longevity of multi-scale is really nice. Maybe now that I have Espeon, I could give this thing Swords Dance back. And have this as my like special tank pivoting around. I could tweak this thing's moveset, but decisions. Between Outrage and Earthquake, what do I not hit? Like, what would compel me to bring a Dragonite instead of the other things I have? Garchomp, no. Zard, maybe. Primarina, no. Hippowdon, no. Corviknight, no. Marshallodon, no. Like, all of these are mons that, like, I wouldn't want to bring Dragonite against. Maybe I go Mimikyu. Maybe like White Herb Sneasler could be like a decent choice as well. I could do that. Like, how can I train this? It's adamant right now, which is fine, because I'll want to activate its Unburden anyway. White Herb is in the game, right? Is White Herb in the game? Mental Herb is, but it is in the game. Okay. Let me think about what moves I want Sync to have. Dire Claw and Close Combat, obviously. But as for what else, I don't really need Trailblaze because I can just Close Combat instead. And I can Baton Pass to it. Acrobatics maybe could be a nasty surprise. I think I want Throat Chop. Fake Out could be an option. I'm thinking Fake Out, Swords Dance, Throat Chop, Acrobatics. But I don't really have flying coverage on this team. But do I even need flying coverage? Let me see. Because between Close Combat and Dire Claw, okay, I don't handle Garchomp well. I don't particularly deal with Charizard well either. Yeah, the point is to use it after Close Combat, because Close Combat drops my defenses, which will use up my White Herb. So I won't be holding an item at that point, so Acrobatics will be at full power. But it's like all of these other mons, I have a better option than Acrobatics. Yeah, there's basically nothing in here that I would actually use Acrobatics on. This thing I would want Throat Chop again. Maybe if it gets Ice Punch? But like also, Ice Punch is not really doing anything either. Except slamming Hippowdon a little bit hard. But no, I can Close Combat that. Let's see, like Fake Out, Close Combat. I don't actually know. Have like Fake Out and what are people running on Sneasler? Actually, that may be a good place to start. Fake out and U-turn. Well, I'm not really planning on switching this thing out, so I guess for me it would be maybe Sword Stance Throat Chop. I feel like they probably will. Okay, let's do... do Sword Stance Fake Out? It's like Fake Out doesn't really do much coming from a my attack that. I'm tempted to go Sword Stance and Throat Chop. But then again, that does... If I don't bring Baton Pass, then I probably do want Fake Out. Decisions. Also, yeah, I gotta change this as well. Do that. Fight could be interesting, but no. Compared to the game volume, I'm a little quieter. What to do? I feel like I won't get a lot of chances to click Sword Stance, that's the thing. Especially because I'm not gonna be running Focus Sash. Maybe like this? Like what they were sort of recommending? This would hit Gengar. But then I'm not beating Gengar with this set much anyway, I'm just chipping it. Huh. This is tough. Because essentially the whole reason why I'm considering this is because I want a second answer to Primarina. And something to hit Garchomp with. I also want this to be unburdened. Got your food? Nice. Let's try it like this first. If it doesn't work, we'll change it. Alright. Let's test this out. I have no idea if this is gonna work. For all I know, I might be just like a madman, cooking up a team that's like doomed in the first place. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm a genius or a moron. Vascular Legion. Okay. And they have Ditto. Which, them having Ditto is actually like pretty good for me. Because it's a pretty good target of the strat that I'm hoping to pull off. As for how I'm going to lead though... I definitely do want Mega Gengar. I want Espeon. Who's gonna be my last? I don't want to bring Blastoise and then have it sweep me. But also Blastoise is pretty good into your team. And if I can get a sub up, then it could be like a good gateway to like sweep them. And Burden won't work on me though, so... This is what I'll try. Alright, let's see how this goes. Vascular Legion. Alright, let's start. Paddle Ball. That's annoying. Alright, come on. Kickin', Bright Powder. Yes! It missed! Let's go! Let me see their Pokemon. Okay. I feel like if I can get a Calm Mind boost and then pass it to Gengar, that would be great. Okay. I don't want to risk having like what do you call it? Aqua Jet. Do I risk it? Nah, I don't think I do. Let's do it. I live a Shadow Ball because I buffed up. Never mind, I don't live a Shadow Ball. Fuck. Wait, that thing is strong as hell. What the hell? Okay. Fortnite. that took a good amount of damage, so I feel like close combat is gonna 2-hit KO it. Yep. Okay. Okay, CC should kill it. Okay, Bastard Legion comes back in. That actually got really close to killing. That's probably gonna kill me. Yeah. Alright, I don't think I can win anymore, but we'll see. Depending on what they have. Because this is the only attacking move. Oh, I forgot to change the game? Yeah, that's true. Alright, cool. It's changed now. Somehow, yeah. My bad. Oh man, this actually would have been a really good game if I just knew if I was gonna live a hit or not. Yeah, I think it's GG. Yeah, I do like no damage, unless I get like 10 dodges in a row, but it's not that many. Oh man, I probably should have calced that. But then again, I guess it was because the Bastard Legion I ran into was running adaptability, so Shadow Ball just killed. I didn't think it was gonna kill. I should have switched to Sneasler then. It is what it is still. Learning experience. Okay. This one... Sneasler looks pretty good here. So does Blastoise. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I feel like Sneasler is a pretty good lead. Bring Mega Toys, because it destroys everything. And then have Damn as cleanup. That seems pretty good. Let's try it this way. Figured they were reading the Garchomp. Right. Start off with Fake Out. Okay, that doesn't do much damage as expected. Do I need to sing alive to deal with whatever they have? No, not really. Close combat. If they didn't Earthquake Queen for some reason, then that's great too. But it did, okay. Okay, I bring in Zam. I'll Shadow Ball here. Although I don't think he's gonna switch this thing out. It's a bit too low health to check anything after, so yeah. Alright, let's hope he didn't bring Mimikyu, because anything that's not Mimikyu I can do serious damage to. Okay, brings out Rotom. That's fine by me. Chunks it a lot. Okay, yeah, that was a crit. That makes sense. Volt Switch. Discharge. Don't pair me. Let's go. Perfect. Alright, this is looking good. It all depends on what his last mon is. Gengar? Okay. So this should be Mega Gengar. It is faster than me, so it should get the kill here. Yep. Alright, let's hope this thing does not have Substitute. If it does, things can get very annoying very fast. Or Hypnosis. Hypnosis would be bad too. Thunderbolt? That's not good kill. Yeah. Don't para- Oh my god, it parried me! No! The 10% chance lost me the game. That's actually so unfortunate. I have to win. But he got the para, so now he's gonna outspeed. Yeah. Ah, that sucks. That is hella unfortunate. If he didn't get the para there, I think I just win, cause +2 Water Pulse from Modest Gengar, or Modest Mega Blastoise, that should have killed 100%. Alright, let's see how this one goes. I have a feeling he might leave instant. Mega Blastoise is very good here. Against everything except for the Toss Effects. Which, just because Toss Effects is here, I kinda want to. But then again, Blastoise doesn't have the best matchup into Venusaur either. Just because they have Toxapex on their team, I think I need to bring Alakazam. Let me go Zam, Blastoise, I want Espion or do I want Hyperior? Bring Espion. I feel like it can help. Incineroar, figures. Yes, fake out, which it will go for. Never mind, it does not go for it. Is it dead? No, never mind. It's bulky as fuck. That is a bulky ass Incineroar. Lariat? Okay. Only taking 55 from Focus Blast. That's actually a big surprise. Let me trip it down a little bit more. Landing 2 Focus Blasts, that's a surprise too. Lariat again. How likely is Shell Smash to work on this thing? Not very. So I'll just surf normally. Or Water Pulse rather. Okay, Venusaur. Maybe I should have Mega Evolved, it would have given it a little bit more chip. Alright, let's go into Espion. It might have gone for a grass move. Okay. Okay, I expect him to switch. So let's go ahead and sub. Yep, he switches. Incin? Yep. Okay, let's Calm Mind. Let's hope we can work some magic with our Oh, he fucked up. He fucked up. Now he knows what's up. Now he knows what's up. Hell yeah, hell yeah. This is why we run this. All mind again. Darkness Lariat. Breaks my sub. Let's go sub again. He withdraws again. It's a Garchomp. Okay. Let me break his Sash for like my teammate real quick, in case it has one. Okay. That's fine. Earthquake. I'm gonna sub one more time in case I can do some bright powder shenanigans. I did. Let's fucking go. It's time. Let's always get in here. Hopefully I can tank one hit from this thing, even after Shell Smash. He withdraws. That's fine. Even though this thing has stick bat, I feel like we should be okay. Ice Beam, go. Oh, it actually lived. I'm very impressed. Energy Ball, that's not gonna do shit to me. Yeah. He lost. He absolutely lost. Switching around is not gonna help you, my guy. His only hope is if Fake Out somehow manages to get the kill on me because of the Shell Smash drop. But no, that's not enough damage. Get him out of here. Yep, there we go. Yep. Yo, this strat does work. As cooked as it looks. Alright, let's do this recruit because it's part of dailies. Okay, there's an African ball Pokemon somewhere. Oh, Green Ball Gengar. But I already have a Gengar and a shiny one at that, so not much of a point in getting it. Not gonna lie, none of these are most interesting to me. This thing gets Baton Pass too? What moves does it learn? Let me see. Because this might be a better Baton Passer than Espeon, depending on what it can learn. Firebird. It gets Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot, how are your defenses? Okay, it's paper thin, but then again, Espeon's bulk isn't impressive either. And when there's bright powder, there is a way. And what's more, this thing gets a move that Espeon does not. Oh, I can sense something brewing with this one. I'll take this. Yeah, wait, actually, is this thing in... Okay, this thing is in Gen 8, so yeah. If I need to get like a full recoupment, I will like get it later. Okay, dailies are done. Okay, let me check that thing's moveset. But before that, let's grab our VP. Okay. Let me check this. Oh, I cannot check like what move it gets. That's a little bit unfortunate. As I'm thinking, what if I run this thing with Nasty Pot Double Team, Swords Dance, and Baton Pass? The only thing I wouldn't be able to pass is like Speed, which Gengar is very naturally fast as it is, and Blastoise can like speed itself up by using agility in the first place. So yeah, this might be worth checking out. And I could just give it like max HP and like max defensive investment, because it has Prankster, which means all my moves go first regardless. Yeah, I gotta investigate this immediately. You see something. I hope I have a Liepard somewhere in my PC that I can use to check this. Liepard. No Liepard. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay. So, remember move. Okay, it has like nothing. Oh, I'm level 21, so that makes sense. Okay, what TMs can it learn? Okay, it gets underway, but I knew that. Although Snow could be useful for some things. Okay, Swords Dance. It says it can't learn it. So why did it say it can learn Sword Stance? Okay, it can learn Nasty Pot, it can learn Substitute. It says it can learn Sword Stance, but why does it say it can learn Sword? Maybe it just got access to it in Legend CA? Okay, something to keep in mind. It cannot learn Agility either. Even though on this it says it can. That's really weird. Okay, it definitely can learn Nasty Pot because it's a dark type. We saw it got Baton Pass. This is something interesting to consider. Because, like, the trade-off between using this as opposed to using Espeon would be that this one does not have Magic Bounce. So the advantage of using whatchamacallit, Espeon is because it has Magic Bounce, any attempts to, like, hit me or, like, or not hit me, but, like, phase me out, like, say, for example, with, like, Roar or Whirlwind, those things will not work on me, because I have Magic Bounce. Which means, provided that I'm in front of something passive, the only way it can stop me is if it, like, actually hits me, which means they have to fight through the different boosts that I'm getting, on top of dealing with Bright Powder's evasion increase, which makes things really annoying for them. The advantage of Liepard, on the other hand, is it gets a move that Espeon does not get, including Double Team. So, assuming this thing still gets Double Team in Champions, I could technically stack evasion boosts to the ceiling on top of Bright Powder. So unless they have a phasing move that they can use to, like, you know, roar me out or something, or manage to get lucky and hit me early, there's a pretty likely chance that they just won't be able to hit me. And by that point, it's too late, because then I can Baton Pass into a different Pokemon who's more bulky, like, let's say, Blastoise, for example. And then now they're dealing with the boosted sweeper that they cannot effectively hit. So there's pluses and minuses to both. But then again, from when I looked at the state of the meta right now, the only Pokemon that realistically pack a phasing move are, like, whatchamacallit, Hippowdon, which carries Whirlwind, Corviknight, which can carry Whirlwind, although I don't think it's very common on that Pokemon. So, like, it's pretty unlikely that I run into a phaser in the first place. So I don't know, this might be something that I consider. Yeah. Liepard with Double Team Baton Pass. And I could even add, like, Thunder Wave to be extra annoying. And be like, Thunder Wave, Double Team, Substitute, Baton Pass. So it's like, I keep using Thunder Wave to fish for evasion boosts, on top of, like, Bright Powder being annoying in the first place. It wouldn't work against, like, paralysis immune Pokemon like Garchomp or Hippowdon, but it could be something. But I'd have to make sure that it actually gets double team in the first place, which I don't know if there's a repository or champions movesets as of yet. Let me see. Because I know double team is in the game, I just don't know if Liepard gets it or not. Until I transfer in a Liepard. I also don't know how I'm gonna EV this thing. Let's see. There's basically no laws of the land right now, because like what I'm trying to do is actually a banned strategy in like Smogon singles. Like Baton Pass is always banned because evasion passing and like boost passing in general is like seen as extremely broken. So I kind of have to make up my own rules when it comes to this. Let me see. Liepard. Low 50. If I run like, I don't know, Bold or something. With Prankster. Brings my defense up to 77. Supposing that I run max HP. And then... Are there more physical threats or more special threats? I feel like there's more physical threats. If I do like max defense, and then some special defense, like, does this thing die to Garchomp earthquaking me? No, it does not. Nowhere close, actually. Okay, how about, what's another famous one? Mega Charizard X. Do I die to this thing's Dragon Claw? I do not. I actually don't come close. Even a crit can just barely kill me, if it max rolls. And Flare Bliss cannot kill me in one shot either, which is good. Yeah, I'm leaning towards max defense. Okay. This might be a breathing project that I have for like the next stream. Then I might take this thing to ladder. Do I have a Liepard in an African ball somewhere? If I don't, I'll have to catch one. The breed one. Doesn't look like it. No. No. Okay, I'll have to breed one then. I also will want to breed like a Primarina. Because I got this one from a friend who I helped out a long time ago with some breathing. And Primarina just so happens to be one of the best Pokemon right now in singles. I might need to do something for that. Is this one also from him? It is. I just got 2 of them for whatever reason. Okay. 0 attack, 0 speed too. Perfect for doubles. For singles, I'll need to switch this to be like modest with max speed, but that shouldn't be too difficult. Well, max speed in terms of IVs. Like if I EV train it, then it will have to be max HP, max special attack. But yeah. What's the point of sending your Pokemon over when you can use VP and make a perfect one? 2 reasons. Or 2 points, rather. Point number 1. Obtaining specific Pokemon is a gacha. So, if you have a specific Mon that you don't own yet, that you want to, like, get access to right now, then your only choice is sending that Pokemon over. Unless you want to like spend a ton of rerolls trying to fish for the specific Pokemon you want, which you're not necessarily guaranteed to get. And even more so if you want them in like specific, for the lack of a better term, bling. Like if you want them in like a specific ball, or you know, you want like some specific ribbon on them so that you can get like the special titles. You cannot do any of that in Champions. Well, it's not controlled at the very least. Whereas you can control it in these games. So that's one reason why you might want to like transfer them in. The other, more obvious reason is because it is less expensive. Like I said, if you want to fully train a Pokemon from scratch in Champions, like let's say you get the Pokemon that you wanted from the gacha, right? But nothing about them is the way you want them. You're going to need, I believe it's like 330 points for EVs, 500 points for nature, 500 points for changing the ability, and 1,000 points for changing all 4 of the moves. Which, that totals out to be 2,330 points. And that is if you also did the full recruitment without paying for it. So as in, like, if you use the recruitment ticket or whatever to permanently recruit. If you want to permanently recruit with VP, that's another 2,500 VP, which totals to 4,830 total, which almost 500 or almost 5,000 VP to you know, get the Pokemon that you want and like train them the way you want is pretty expensive, considering like a battle win is giving you like 300 each, right? So you're gonna need to win like 16 games in a row, or not in a row, but like 16 games to compensate for the amount of VP that it took to like recruit that mon and train that mon. Whereas if you breed it and train it up, or like catch it and train it up and then send it in, sure, there might be like some level of moveset stuff, because like there's some moves that are only available in like Gen 9 or something that you might not be able to get, right? But think of the things that you're skipping. You're skipping the 2,500 points it takes to permanently recruit a Pokemon. You are skipping, very likely, the nature, because that will cost you 500 VP, but there are ways to control that by using a Pokemon with Synchronize, or you know, breeding them with a Pokemon using Everstone, or even using Mints. So that's another 500 shaved off. You can also control their ability because you have access to the ability capsule and the ability patch. So again, another 500 shaved off. And then very likely out of the 4 moves, it's pretty unlikely that you won't have access to all 4 of the moves. Like, maybe you might be missing like 1 or 2 at best, because like there haven't been that many moves that were introduced in Gen 9. So that cost of 1000 VP that you would have required to change all 4 moves, at most you'll probably have to change like 2. So again, you can shave off like 500. And then if you decided to do your EV training in like the old games too, you can shave off that 330 cost down to like 5 points or something, because like the EV system works very slightly differently. So the cost to get a mon just from transferring a Pokemon in that has the right nature, ability, and some of the moves, which aren't that difficult to do in the first place, you brought down the cost from like almost 5,000 VP down to like 500 to 1,000. That is a pretty significant amount of savings. So that's the other reason that you might want to get them from home if you can, because it cuts down on the cost so much. It's why I've been mostly transferring them in. Like, part of it is due to the first point that I mentioned about like the cosmetics and making sure everything matches. But the bigger reason is because like it saves a ton of VP. Like if I recruited all those mons that I've been using manually, like I would be broke as hell right now, and I wouldn't have access to all of those mons. For sure, like that's not a question. But yeah, I'll have to get working on that. Might have that ready for next stream. Probably. Like the life part and Primarina. And we might use it in whatchamacallit, Ladder next time I stream. Which might be like tomorrow, depending on how much time I have in my hands. But yeah, we'll see what happens. With that, I think we'll call it for stream today, since I already did the dailies and I don't feel like laddering too much. I kind of just wanted to test out if the baton pass strat could actually work, and from the game that I won, I think it's pretty clear that it can under the right circumstances. And Liepard has the potential to make things even more annoying for my opponent. So yeah. Stay tuned for stream tomorrow, probably. Or maybe I'll do it Sunday. I'm not sure. Depends on when I find the time. Alright. Who do we raid? Castrus's ENVA is streaming right now. Let's send her the love. Let's see. It's Mel the Muse. Okay. Alright, yeah. I'll also probably be like, you know, in VC later, like grinding away at training these mons up and that sort of thing in the background. So, yeah, if you want to chat sometime, like that's cool with me as well. Alright, let's go ahead and raid Melody, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Have a good night, you all, and a good weekend.